Hello, happy Wednesday. I'm
Hi,
Gina,
I'm John.
and this is our weekly witnessing tip. We're glad that you can join us today. So John, yesterday I noticed on Instagram a lot of my LDS friends were posting about Pioneer Day,
Right.
which is a really big celebration, right, in the LDS church.
Really big.
Yeah, can you
And
tell us a little bit about it?
so, if you want to understand someone, you have to understand their culture.
Mhm.
So, Pioneer Day, very, very important holiday for them. They talk about the move out west, right?
Mhm.
Migration and all that was involved with that. The time when Brigham Young came across Salt Lake Valley and he said, "This is the place." I think it was July 24th that
Yeah.
happened. And so they remember that. Now, part of their culture, if you want to understand people, look at their holidays, different cultures, right? And so some of the things that out of that Mormons might emphasize within their culture would be things like hard work. You can imagine all the work that was involved in making a trip like that and sacrifice, right? So those are parts
Right.
of their culture, part of their very important holiday. But another piece that I think might be not always recognized is the reason they were making that trip in the first place was often to escape persecution. And so that also is embedded deep within the Mormon culture.
Mhm.
And I think that that's really important to be mindful of as we're witnessing to.
Yeah, to be really clear as we communicate our intentions
Right.
when we're having a conversation and witnessing, right?
And I think we can all experience that in another way, right? Even from people within the same culture. If you've ever been a part of an email exchange and
When you do all caps because you're really excited and
right,
somebody thinks that you're shouting at them.
right. And
Yeah.
so message sent is not always message received, right?
That's a good way to put it.
I think even with my wife, Liz, right? There are times maybe we're planning something about the kids, and maybe she that day received some piece of information that I didn't have, but it gave her a perspective on what we were planning that she was thinking about it from another angle that I didn't know. And so even there we had advantages we don't with email, like tone and facial expressions and hand gestures and such. But even then, it's possible still face to face to miscommunicate
Right.
and talk past each other.
Okay, so how do we do this when we're witnessing?
Right, right. So remember, Mormons have that in the back of their minds, that idea of persecution. And so they may think that you are out to attack them. So that's very important to have in the back of your mind as you communicate. So as you're getting into spiritual conversation, keep that in mind. And I would say even take time as not right away, but as the conversation continues, just pause and say, I'm so glad we have an opportunity to talk like we do here. And I just want to clarify here. I don't want to give the impression at all that I'm attacking Mormons. Is there anything that I've said that might be viewed as bashing Mormons, right? And so just throw that out there. If there's something you said that there was a concern, it would give an opportunity to clarify. But generally speaking, if you've been speaking with love and respect, they're not going to, no, there's nothing that you've said. But by taking that very step, it actually is very small. Then you can say, that's great. You know what? Because I don't want to give that impression. I'm just here because I care about you.
Yeah. Well, and I think that would be huge to me if somebody took time just to say, am I offending you in any way? Do you feel attacked? Because I think that's kind of a pride thing that we don't want to sometimes admit to our weaknesses.
Right.
But what a huge step that would make in building a bridge with someone.
Building a bridge, right?
Yeah.
Not barriers. And keeping in mind there can be embedded barriers, right? And so this has a way of facing that head on, what can be a barrier, and then really addressing it in a way that then I think the future conversation is framed that you're there because you care about them. You're not there to attack them. And I think it just opens the door even more.
Right.
To let that conversation flow.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you. So part of witnessing is communicating, right? Yeah. Communicating our purpose and asking questions. And so we'd love for you to try it out in a spiritual conversation this week. let us know how it goes. One new thing that we're starting to do is over on our witnessing Facebook page, our Be Ye Perfect Facebook page. We are going to start posting kind of the practical way to share this. Maybe it's a question or a graphic with scripture on it that puts into practice what we're talking about each week during the witnessing tip. So feel free to jump over there, comment on it, share it, see if we can maybe engage in some conversations over there.
Yeah, it'd be a great place for you guys to jump right in and be a part of it.
Yeah. So thanks again for joining us. We'd love to hear from you. So send us a message or comment below.
God bless.
All right. Have a great week. Bye.